All right, on the bench, I got a 142 GTL here. This belongs to Kevin down in Florida. And this one came in for recap alignment. Had no transmit. So before I recapped it, I already tried to diagnose the no transmit issue. But as you can see, it's I got that fixed. I got that figured out. But I already recapped this radio. But so here was the issue. You had on the final, the terminals here, the legs, they were starting to break off, and one of them was completely broken off. So that was one issue. Same thing with this one here. Just I don't know if somebody was trying to diagnose some sort of issue or whatever, but it looks like they had pulled these legs, these terminals, way too many times. Because this one here had a little stress crack there as well. So I went ahead and found a couple of, brand new HG 1969, and this is a genuine NEC 1306. That was a takeout from another radio. So I'll be putting these two back in. But I figured I'd show you guys a fake 1306. This is what it looks like. So a few years back, I had purchased what I thought was new old stock NEC 1306s. These are usually drivers for the 1307 or the 1969. Sometimes they're finals in some radios. So yeah, but anyway, this is a fake. So I remember when I saw the listing, this was on eBay, of course, so it looked like that, you know, just like a genuine NEC would. Said new old stock, looked just like that. And then when I got them in the mail, this thing came. Fortunately, I only ordered 4 of them, and also the after complaining, I forget, it's been a while, but I think I was either threatening to give a bad negative feedback or whatever, and they gave me the money back. I'm like, do you want these things back? And they were like, no, just throw them away. But I kept it so you guys can see what a fake one looks like. This is one of the worst fake ones. There's some really good fake ones out there that are tough to distinguish sometimes, but yeah, this is a real POS fake one. You know, so it looks like somebody just took a regular whatever, scraped it off, and then just stamped these numbers on them. So anyway, yeah, that's a fake one. These, however, are real. This is a real. You can tell by the back on these 1969 finals. It's not flat on the back side. It's kind of like you got like this bow on it on the back side of them, because sometimes it's very difficult to tell a real from a fake 1969. On the 1306 is when you get one that actually looks like this. You have to look at the back, and you're going to have that unique design in the back. So yeah, that's it's usually a telltale whether you have a real one or not. Let me do I have a 1307 here? I do somewhere, but anyway, yeah, that's you got to be careful. Even these, even they're starting to counterfeit. Not starting, they've been counterfeiting. Even these the HG transistors as well. So yeah, you got to be careful with these. These are a lot easier to fake. So anyway, yeah, I'll be putting in this that 1306 and that HG 1969. Those, unfortunately, I don't even know what you would use these for. They're still okay, but those terminals are just way too short to use. But anyway, yeah, so that was the issue with the transmit. But yeah, I just wasn't gonna do a video on this, but I ended up just doing one anyway. I'll do a tune-up report anyway for the customer, so he can see his radio working. But yeah, fortunately this one here wasn't too bad. It's kind of, it's got some nicks and some marks here and there, but it's going to be a good working radio. Nothing was bypassed or cut, or no one took anything out. So it's actually it's going to be a good working radio. But all right, let me get the driver and the final back in, give this thing an alignment, and we'll see what's going on on there. All right, stand by. All right, final is in, driver's in. It's aligned. Yeah, working good. Got a nice waveform on the oscilloscope. Perfect. It's going to be a great talking radio. It's hooked up to the signal generator. Let's see what we got for sensitivity. So we got an S9. Alright, there's an S9. Alright, minus 70. Actually, it's just a little bit off. Yeah, S9. Alright, let's see what we got for sensitivity here. Sorry, it's going to get loud. Minus 80, 90. It's minus 100. Minus 110. Minus 111. Minus 111. All right. That's a good listening radio. All right, so let's check now. We'll check transmit. All right, stand by. Let me tell you guys, these HG 1969 transistors, they're the real deal, no doubt about it. So this definitely helps this radio achieve right around 17, 18 watts PEP, but nice and clean. So you can check it out on the scopes on the oscilloscope. So show you guys here, there's no, I don't try to trick anybody, so dynamic's all the way up. All right, 18. Okay, nice clean watts, 18 clean watts. Yeah. All right. So there you have it. Well, we can do lower sideband. Audio. 18, 19. All right, skip's coming in, so it's a good thing. When I did the alignment, the radio was considerably off frequency on lower sideband. AM was okay in upper sideband. But that's why you obviously align these things when you're done recapping them. Let's see if we can get a radio check. .320 Boston, Massachusetts, waving a hands. 320 Boston, Massachusetts, waving. try a different mic here. .320 Boston, Mass. Waving the hands. 320 Boston, Massachusetts. Waving. This mic either. Try this one again. 320 Boston, Massachusetts. Waving the hands. 320 Boston, Mass. Waving. Just trying to get a radio check here, but go to AM.
Pennsylvania, sounding good down in the star today. 25 Pennsylvania, 323 North Dallas.
.320 Boston, Massachusetts. Waving the hands. 320 Boston, Mass. Waving. Well, I guess it's not happening right now, guys, but anyway. There we go. Cobra 142 GTL. Back to working condition and ready to be used again. Thanks for watching, guys.